Today we will be looking at a discovery book, Abraham Lincoln by Anne Culver. Abraham Lincoln was bright in school. He was always the last one standing in a spell down, but there were few school days for pioneer children. They often had to work as hard as their fathers and mothers. Sometimes there were not enough families among the pioneer settlers to have a school. Other times there was no teacher in the lonely country. Abraham Lincoln had one sister, Nancy. She was 2 years older than Abraham. They went to school like other pioneer children here and there, now and then. But Abe learned to read. He read even at home, beginning with the Bible. Then he walked miles to find other books. He would knock on a farmhouse door. "Please, have you any book I could borrow?" Abe would ask. "I'll be careful of it and be sure to bring it back." Abe borrowed books such as Aesop's Fables, Pilgrim's Progress, A Life of George Washington, and A Farmer's Almanac. He read every word carefully, lying in front of the fire for light. He also learned to write and do arithmetic. A charred stick was Abe's pencil. He spelled out words on the wooden fire shovel. He figured sums in arithmetic. When Abe grew older, he worked harder. He helped his father farm, he milked cows, and chopped down trees. Some of the other farmers hired Abe to work for them. Abe's favorite chore was taking grain to the mill. He had to wait for his turn to have the grain ground into flour. He had plenty of time to listen to the men talk and swap stories. Abe loved to swap stories. No matter how much he worked, Abe always found time to read. Abe's father was impatient. "The boy is wasting his time with the books," he used to say. But Abe's mother had understood why he wanted to read. Sometimes Abe's friends were puzzled, but they admired him. "Abe Lincoln is sure to be a success," they said. "But first he'll have to make up his mind what to be a success at." It was true that Abe had a hard time deciding what kind of work he wanted to do. He worked as a farmer and a carpenter. Then he worked in a sawmill and on the riverboats. He also worked in politics now and then. Abe was always looking for other work to try. Still, Abe was not satisfied. He didn't want to be a storekeeper all his life. "If only I could find some work where reading books is important," Abe thought. One day a farmer drove up to Lincoln's store. The farmer had his wife and children and his furniture packed on a wagon. "We're crowded," the farmer said to Abe Lincoln. "I've got to leave something behind. Will you take this barrel? Pay me $50 and you can keep it." Abe gave the farmer $50. When he unpacked the barrel, Abe found something that changed his whole life. At the bottom, under some old shoes, he found a thick book. It was a copy of Blackstone's Commentaries, the most important law book ever printed. That night, Abe Lincoln began to read Blackstone. Abe remembered a Major Stuart he had met in the Indian War. "If you ever want to be a lawyer," Major Stuart had told Abe, Come and see me, I need a partner." A lawyer was a man who understood laws and helped people who were in trouble. A lawyer could help them tell their story in court. In court, a judge decided what was fair and right. A lawyer could help a person be fairly treated. The day came when Abe passed his examinations. Abraham Lincoln was a lawyer. He went to Springfield, Illinois. Major Stuart kept his promise. He took Abe into his law office. Mr. Stuart introduced his young partner to his family. After some time, Abe Lincoln had become a lawyer and a married man. Now it was time to settle down. Abe Lincoln worked hard in his law office. He took great care of his family. He paid back his debts from the store in New Salem. After that, Abe Lincoln was never in debt again. Hard work did not make Abraham Lincoln forget how to get along with people. He had as many friends as ever. He never forgot to be gentle. Once on his way to court, Abe Lincoln saw a man beating a horse. Abe dropped his law papers and ran to take the man's hand. When the man promised to stop whipping the poor horse, Abe Lincoln picked up his law papers and went onto the courthouse. More and more people began to know Abraham Lincoln. They respected his work as a lawyer and as a speaker. Abe always had liked politics. Now he began to be important in politics too. He was elected to the United States Congress. As a result, he went to Washington. Abe Lincoln was a very fair man. He wanted everyone to have a fair chance. Years ago, Abe had been fair to the Indian when the men in his company started killing. Abraham Lincoln thought a long time about the question of slavery. Abe Lincoln made up his mind. "I must go against slavery," he said. He made an important speech. "I do not believe a country can be half slave and half free," he said. Abraham Lincoln believed all the states of the country must stay together. The Union must be saved. He made many more speeches. He argued with other men in politics. Many people thought Lincoln's speeches were right. Many others thought he was wrong. In 1860, enough people believed Abraham Lincoln was right to nominate him for President of the United States. His family and friends and neighbors all hoped he would be elected. The weeks before the election were exciting. Important men came to call at the Lincoln House. There were judges and senators and governors. They were newspaper reporters. The news came that Abraham Lincoln had been elected. When it was time to leave for Washington, his sons and his children were sad. It was exciting to have their father elected as president, but the boys did not want to leave. The Battle of Gettysburg was one of the worst battles of the war. It went on for several days. Mr. Lincoln waited up for the late reports. A long time after Todd had fallen asleep, Mrs. Lincoln came down to the president's office. "Come and rest," she begged her husband. You can't help the poor boys who are fighting. "At least I can stay awake thinking about them. Our best young men are dying in both the North and the South." Abraham Lincoln never felt that the Southern people were enemies. He believed that war was the enemy. The Civil War, which lasted 4 years. It ended in 1865. President Lincoln signed the order that made the slaves in the South free. Soon there would be no more slavery in America. All the states were united again. The Union was saved, but the damage of the war had to be mended. The country must be led back to peace. Abraham Lincoln was elected for president in the second term. "The hardest work is over," Mr. Lincoln told his wife. "Now we can be a family again." He smiled, but he looked old. His face was lined with worry. One evening, Mrs. Lincoln wanted to cheer up the president. She asked him to take her to the theater. The president and Mrs. Lincoln sat in a box. Halfway through the play, a shot was fired. President Lincoln was killed. An actor named John Wilkes Booth had shot the president. Booth was a queer, half-crazy man who had been upset by the war. People all over the country, North and South, were shocked by the terrible news.